All right, you guys, I am back and I still do not have my teeth. Like I told you last week, I'm missing two crowns right now and I'm having a heck of a time trying to get to my dentist in a pandemic. I'm missing a tooth in the front of my mouth, so I apologize because my V's and F's are going to be effed up. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Today, we are going to be talking about the UFC featherweight champion, Mr. Alexander the Great Volkanovski. He has a record of 22-1. All right, he was born September 29th, 1988 in Shell Harbour, New South Wales, Australia. He is 31 years old. Now, his father was born in Macedonia. His mother was born in Greece. Now, okay. Does he have any siblings? In particular, does he have an older brother who is also a fighter? I saw this in like 2-3 articles, couldn't find anything. I looked for hours. I was like, older brother Volkanovski, another Volkanovski kids, brother by a different name, brother by a different mother. I could not find any confirmation, any names or anything. Just like 2 articles that said he had an older brother. What kind of mess is that? So I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I need your help. Send me pictures. What's his name? Does he exist? How old is he? Normally I wouldn't ask for information like that, but since his brother's a supposed fighter, if he's true, that means he put himself in the limelight, and I actually want to know more about him. So help me out. Does he have a brother or any siblings at all, but in particularly a brother? Now, he started training with Greco-Roman wrestling at a very early age. He won his first national wrestling title at the age of 12. At 14, he quit wrestling and started playing rugby. His position was a front rower. I'm not that familiar with rugby. Someone let me know what that position entails. Either way, he played semi-pro rugby till about 25 years old while also being a concreter, which I assume is someone who lays that concrete. All right, in 2010, he won the rugby season MVP. In 2011, his team, the Warilla Gorillas, it was kind of hard. I kept wanting to say Warley. I don't even know why. I like Warley for some reason. We ain't talking about you right now, Elvis. All right, so 2011, his team, the Warilla Gorillas, won the championship, and Alexander, that is, won the game MVP. So he was laying it down as far as the rugby. While he played rugby, by the way, he's 5'4". He was 214 pounds while playing rugby. That's pretty insane. Now, 2012 was a big year for him. That's when he transitioned from rugby to MMA. That's also the same year that he got married to his wife, Emma. He has 2 small daughters. Now, he had to convince his dad that MMA was safer. And the way he did that was the refs. He said, you know what, there's enough refs in MMA. There's only 2 fighters, 1 ref. He can see everything. It's a lot safer. Which leads me to believe that there's a lot of shady business happening in rugby. Because you wouldn't think that MMA was safer, but apparently they ain't got enough refs in rugby, and they're doing a lot of shady stuff. Now, if you watch football, you know a lot of shady stuff does happen, so I imagine it's the same with rugby. But for Volkanovski, MMA is safer. Also, he said he likes the fact that it's all on him. He said in rugby, you can have a great game and still lose. So he likes that one-on-one as opposed to a team aspect. And I actually can't blame him for that. I'm kind of like that myself. This is also the same time where he changed his nickname. His rugby nickname was actually the Hulk. Alexander the Hulk Volkanovski, which makes sense, especially when you see his frame. When he started transitioning to MMA and getting smaller, that's when he decided to go with Alexander the Great Volkanovski. He was actually training in MMA since the age of 22 for fitness to stay in shape for rugby. So this was not foreign to him when he decided to make this real change, the real move. He actually earned himself a scholarship to a top Muay Thai gym in Thailand. Although scholarship wasn't enough, so his fellow rugby players actually came up with the rest of the money to get him to go to Thailand. So they kind of got in early. I think they knew he gonna be the man. So, all right, when he switched completely over to MMA, he went 4-0 in his amateur career, and he actually fought at middleweight. He also coached on an amateur reality show called Malaysian Invasion. So show me some pictures from that. I'd like to see some pictures from his time on television. He made his pro debut at lightweight, and in less than 4 years, he became the Cage Conquest welterweight champion. He became the Rochambeau MMA welterweight and lightweight champion. He became the Wollongong Wars lightweight champion. He also became the Pacific Extreme Combat featherweight champion. You see how he's getting smaller and smaller. And finally, he became the two-time Australian Fighting Championship featherweight champion. And fun fact, the Australian Fighting Championships is the ranked 4th in the world as far as MMA organizations, so it's actually pretty up there. Legit fighters there in the Australian Fighting Championships. Now in 2016, he finally made his UFC debut at lightweight, coming in on a 10-fight winning streak. His very next fight, though, he decided, let me go ahead and get down to featherweight. His winning streak continues, beating vets like Chad Mendes, Elkins, former champions like Jose Aldo, which all earned him a title shot in December of 2019, this past December, against Mr. Max Blessed Holloway. And, he was coming in as an underdog. I myself, there was 3 championship fights on that card, if y'all remember. And I said, hey, if anybody here has to lose, Max, it's gotta be you. Because Alexander was the only other person that I was going to accept to become champion, because I actually like Alexander. So Alexander switched it up. Fought a completely different fight. There was basically no wrestling at all. He attacked those legs, honey. Came with the kicks, threw Max completely off his game. In fact, he broke the UFC record for most leg kicks landed in a title fight. Max could not adjust to this in time. In fact, he decided to bite down on it, kind of dig in, take the shots, and then move forward. He managed to win like a round at the end of the fight, but that was not enough. It was a unanimous decision in favor of Mr. Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And he's such a stand-up guy. He said, you know what? I know everybody loves Max. He's the man. I'll go ahead and give him his rematch in Australia, which I think it should be in Australia. And I do believe that fight has already been signed. Someone let me know. Have they already signed the contract on that? I do believe that they have. So that brings me to the end of my video about Mr. Alexander Volkanovski. I'm really enjoying actually doing these videos about the champs because, like I said, not only am I learning things that I didn't know, it's also just making me feel good. It's giving me my little dose of MMA since we have like no sports. So I'm really enjoying doing this. Please let me know if there's anything I left out, any fun facts, especially with him not growing up in the U.S. I have a feeling that there's a lot of things that I don't know about him. So please let me know any other information. And again, we have the case, you guys. I want to know, does he have a brother? This is ridiculous. Someone let me know, does he have a brother? All right. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will come up. I got to come up with something for Twitter and Instagram. Something small for Twitter and Instagram. And I'm on Snapchat. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.